There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Leadfeeder webinar. Welcome to Visualization and Vigilance, how to convert your website data into business intelligence. So welcome to all our guests. Hello, everyone. I see you're in all kinds of countries. Wonderful to see that and happy to have you here. I'm the head of customer success here at Leadfeeder, and we have invited our partners, and also in a way partners in crime, because they're also Google partners just like us. Our partners, Sofokus from the Finnish town of Turku, to talk a little bit about this. And we have Lotta and Herkko here. So a little bit of, don't worry, they'll introduce themselves properly. A little bit of housekeeping. Hello, everyone. Wonderful to see you all there. A little bit of housekeeping. After the call or after the webinar, you will get the recording, you'll get the slides, you'll get a whole bunch of links and things that will be relevant for you to properly get started. And all in all, we just hope to provide you enough information to either get started or take it to the next level. So with that, I want to give it over to Lotta and to Herkko. And well, everyone enjoy. Oh, and of course, make sure to ask questions. That makes it all the more fun and the more engaging if we actually talk with you and bring it on. Over to you, Lotta.
Thank you, Peter. Thanks for the short introduction, and we are really happy to be here today talking about visualization and vigilance here with you. I was bumped into fun fact recently that claims that every third business leader ignores the KPIs. And I guess this was quite shocking news for me, at least. So, and this was from Mid-Sloan Management Review study from last year. So what I hope we can do today is change this, at least with all of us here today. Let's go for the introductions. Peter, do you want to tell a little bit more about yourself?
Born and raised in the Netherlands, 20 years in Copenhagen, and now in Finland. So I don't possess the superpower of speaking Finnish, but I have worked in the tech industry for a while, so I also know that you people are everywhere, and I know there's wonderful companies out there that do a lot of great things. And I ended up with Leadfeeder, and now I'm here hosting this for you, and I hope that will be a great success.
Herkko, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. My name is Herkko Pulkkinen. I work as an analytics and user experience design lead here at Sofokus, but I'm also a full stack developer, so that's my background. Before joining Sofokus, I was an entrepreneur for several years, and that has taught me the importance of clear and understandable data. Without clear data, you actually cannot make the right decisions, and hopefully we can clear that for you today.
Yeah, thanks. And I'm working with Herkko also a lot with our marketing analytics, and Herkko is also working with the clients, so we are a really close team with Herkko. Myself, I'm Lotta Siutla. I'm the marketing director of Sofokus, but besides marketing, I'm also responsible for our sales and the business development services we do for our customers. And besides work, I'm also studying. I'm doing my PhD in Turku University about inbound marketing and inbound sales, and I hope I can also provide some insights from there. And my history is in SaaS industry. I've been selling SaaS services for marketing and sales and communications for 7 years in Meltwater. But yeah, Sofokus. So what we do for our customers in Sofokus, we help our customers to build competitive advantage by putting the digital platform in heart of their business. And like Peter already mentioned, we are a Google partner also in the marketing side, but also Google Cloud Platform partner, which enables us to build really scalable digital solutions for our customers. And we have also grown a lot in the past 5 years, from 11 people to over 40 people. And we were listed also in the Inc. 5000 list of Europe last year, which we are really happy about. A little bit from our customers, we have customers from big companies like Toyota, all the way to governmental customers like European Union and Turku City, but also small SaaS startups like Liveto, which is a really cool SaaS service to sell events on your own website. So they're competing with Ticketmaster and big players on the field by enabling a drop shop on your own website, so you don't have to drive your traffic to Ticketmaster's site.
Yeah, I could talk to you about little about our services. They cover the whole life cycle of digital solutions. We design, innovate, develop, and evolve our customer products. You can read more from our website, but let's take a look at today's agenda. First, Lotta will tell you about the key performance indicators, and then I will talk you through data visualization and Google Data Studio, and see a little example how we use Data Studio and Leadfeeder here in Sofokus. And last, Lotta will tell you how to get started with your KPIs and Data Studio.
Yeah.
Yep, we will try to keep it pretty basic today, but if you have any questions, please ask them and we'll try to answer them. Lotta.
Yeah, let's get started. First thing that I learned when I went to school and tried to study something about leadership or management was that you can't lead or manage anything if you can't measure. And I've tried to keep that on my mind. And so just to remind you that without any data, you are just guessing. So you're just having a best possible guess. And that's fine when you start doing something. But after you started, you really should be collecting and gathering some data so that the next decision you do, you could use some data there. But key performance indicators can be defined as measurable values that demonstrate how you're achieving your business goals. And also we know that they are always defined case by case. And also what I found through my research by interviewing over 30 different firms from really different industries and different size of companies, they had these really similar KPIs in inbound marketing they were following after all. So you have to define them case by case, but in the end they seem to be quite similar. So there are some best practice things that we can share. And one thing I would recommend you to keep in mind when thinking about KPIs is that don't just look your own KPIs. Always compare it to the market and the competition. So if you think like you're driving a car, if you're just looking your own KPIs, it's like looking in the back mirror and you don't know where you're heading at. But if you're also looking the KPIs from your competitors and the market, it's like looking when you're driving the car, looking at the straight ahead and not getting bumped into something. So please keep this in mind when you're thinking about your KPIs. Here I gathered some really typical KPIs from sales to digital marketing, social media, and also the SaaS industry. And we know you can track basically anything today. And if I pick like below the digital marketing, the leads, you can track raw leads, identified leads, marketing qualified leads, or sales qualified leads, and the conversion rate between each one of these. So what really matters in the end of the day is to track what's really business critical for you and your business. Well, what are good KPIs? I would say they have only one thing that what I'm looking at. good KPIs really shows the challenges and problems you have in your processes or in your organization. You can say they reveal the bottlenecks. And also, like, if you think about hiring a person or you're forming a new team, I think it's really important to set the right and good KPIs to track the process and the development of these people. And one thing about good KPIs is that you should always be tracking activities and the doing, and then also the results, not just either one of them, but both, to get the whole picture. And KPIs are also, when you do dashboards and you start to visualize them, they are also a really good reporting tool for your management, or even just to lead yourself, know if you're doing well, and you can like give an upload for yourself.
It's also almost stressful when if you see red things, you immediately want to jump on it. But yeah, one of those things when you're in that position. But yeah, it's super powerful to look at the right things. Just to add from my side, something that we look a lot at for also from my team is looking at SMART goals. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And a lot of these goals can be translated into very realistic KPIs.
Yes. And I think like great KPIs are ones that you can really follow on weekly basis, like you said, Peter. Like you can, when you have those dashboards that are, updating on every day, you can just have them as on your weekly agenda to check like what's going on and where do we have to prioritize our time on.
Yeah, okay, let's dive into the visualization part of this webinar. Today the world is filled with data. However, with so much data around, it's kind of a challenging task to pull and analyze all the data. Let me ask you, how many of you have used Google Analytics to access your website data? Okay. Well, it's pretty hard. It not only means opening into analytics with an endless amount of metrics, but you also have to configure the analytics and the data to report it correctly. And if you don't filter out the unnecessary parameters, your data will become difficult to analyze. Using Google Data Studio, this process can be pretty much solved. Okay, let's go here. There are two basic modes of Data Studio: the edit mode and the view mode. In the edit mode, you actually build the dashboards you use and connect the data to those dashboards. In view mode, you analyze the data. You can also change the dates that you want to see the data from, and also you can actually filter the data from the view mode. That's pretty, I think. For example, when you build your dashboard, you can gather all your social media data in one dashboard from Facebook or Twitter, and see all the different data in same dashboard.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay. Here's an example of dashboard that we use here at Sofokus. It's a basic analytics dashboard. You can see all the different kind of charts you can use.
Can you translate, Herkko, sorry, can you translate a few of the Finnish words there?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There is basic user information, users, new users, bounce rates. Let's see, there's how many clicks different pages have gotten. And here on the right side, you can see some screenshots of scroll depth in two of our pages.
Yeah.
The front page and one is the services page. You can actually use pretty much any chart or visualization instrument you can imagine. There are the pivot tables, timeline series, bar charts, pie charts, tables, heat maps, as you can see here. You can also map your data to maps, to map them geographically. And you get just some scorecards, numbers. And as you can see from this example, you can also customize your dashboard, so you can add your own colors, logos, and fonts. So it's really your dashboard, not Google dashboard. So we are not going today to see any live data, but you can filter this data also from this view mode.
Yeah, and basically.
Sorry, Lotta, go on.
Yeah. Basically, like this is one of our dashboards that's like tracking the website analytics. But we have the similar kind of dashboards for SEO, like search engine optimization from modes, and different kind of Google ads. So basically, this is like one of the 6 dashboards that we follow.
Yeah, somebody asking about these integrations. The Google provides free integrations for Google's own tools, and then there is a marketplace in Data Studio that you can check. We use the company called Supermetrics. They have a wide variety of connectors. We use, for example, MailChimp and Facebook connectors from them. They're pretty good. And of course, you can find the Leadfeeder connector from Marketplace also. These dashboards are also kind of nice because you can share them as easily as you can share goods. Collaborate on building them, or you can just show them in the view mode to your colleagues. And when you're building these dashboards, it's good to remember that you should always or when possible to measure against the target data. For example, how many new users you want. You can build a graph that shows a percentage of how are you performing, and see the trends that are actually very useful to see how you're performing from month to month or week to week. Now we can go through an example of how we use Leadfeeder data to visualize our leads coming from our website. Here's a basic view that we built for this webinar. It shows 16 identified leads from Leadfeeder. They visited 32 times and 35 page views. And on the chart you can see the daily visitors and page views. Oh, so their leads, please.
Yeah, this is really powerful. Just to add to what you're saying, Herkko, there, it's you can basically start collating and just grouping a lot of the information that you get out of Leadfeeder. Because, you know, as a marketeer, you see the next slide, you want to see, you know, where do people come from? Are we actually targeting the right people? Is it our ideal customer profile is actually visiting us? Any marketeer will be happy to see that, and that's why I love this connection.
Yeah.
And also, like, to add on, Peter, like the top industries, like, are we creating the right marketing content and stuff like that for the people who are really visiting our page at that time? So you can really get ideas from this data.
Yeah, and you can see the companies visiting and contact them.
Yeah.
Here's another chart on the same info. Here's a source breakdown and medium breakdown. So this is where the leads are coming. Mainly it seems to be from
the organic.
People coming in this are from organic search.
Yeah.
So that shows that our SEO is working.
Exactly. This is another one that is just super powerful. I mean, Leadfeeder often is, you know, this use case is simple: create more leads for sales to work on. But the fact that you can also start gathering this kind of information to, are we actually bringing the right leads? It's not just about the amount of leads, but are the quality coming in correct, right? And actually, what are the sources? Where do they come from? And that's what I love about this kind of visualization. You know, are we putting our efforts in the right baskets? Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very good that we created.
Yeah, this is basically the story about last month. Like, with Leadfeeder, we were able to identify almost 500 organizations, which out of 10 were ranked as hot, and so they were like passed to sales as a marketing qualified lead. And out of those 10, sales were able to continue with 3 organizations. So this was really nice for us, because we don't need that many leads, because the cases that we do with, or the services that we provide for our customers are usually quite big. So this was really interesting data. And just to open up one of those negotiations open case, it was really interesting to get to know that it was a city next to Turku, and someone from there researching about digital solutions. So we were able to get that data that they had this research going on now. So we were able to contact them and start the discussions, because in Finland they are doing these public tenders, and when they have a public tender out, there's like no way to sales get any contact there after that. So now we are in a really good place with this special lead.
And just to jump in on this one, like this particular flow, that's exactly what we're trying to build on. Also, just in general in Leadfeeder, and everything we talk about is basically hinging on 3 things: identify, qualify, and connect. And that's really what is reflected in what Sofokus does here. Like, how do, you know, what are the ones we identify? Cool. Let's qualify them. These are the MQLs. How do we bring them forward? Those are the sales qualified leads, the SQLs. And it's really basically that 3-step, or maybe just 2, depending on how you look at it, that works for bringing the right information further. And it all brings, and then, you know, you can all bring it back to also, like, where is it for industries come from? How did they get to our website? And all these things that are additional contextual information that can help with that decision making to bring better early, you know, non-marketing qualified leads to the website.
Yes.
So I think this fits perfectly what we're always talking about.
Yeah, and this is really important to track and keep on the top of things, like what's going on.
Yeah.
But did you have
one question that people have asked here about the Pipedrive integration? Pipedrive has this Tapir integration. So we have solved that so that Pipedrive sends data to Google Sheets, and then we can get that data to Data Studio from Google Sheets.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have a straight connector, but you can go around with the Tapir. Hope that answers.
Yeah, so it's doable.
Questions, yeah.
And Leadfeeder also connects with Zapier, so you can use that in many ways.
Yeah.
Okay, but so we talked about the KPIs, how you can visualize it, but how can you turn it into money? I guess that's the next question. And I would say, like, start acting based on that data. When you see what's going on and you are tracking the right things, start acting on it. But I know it's more easily said than done. So what I would suggest is that get your marketing and sales aligned first before you start acting. So, and this is something that I've also learned from my research, that like in companies, they have still these huge silos between marketing and sales. They are sitting in the different rooms. They are talking with the different words. They don't understand each other's work that much. And this is a really bottleneck on this issue as well. So what I would recommend is to start aligning your marketing and sales by, first of all, having like one continuum, not having like different marketing funnels and different sales funnels, but make it as a one continuum, and start using those words that either sales people or marketing people can understand. Like a marketing qualified lead is not, every sales person doesn't understand what is a marketing qualified lead. So start by defining those words and jargon that you might be using. And also think about sitting in the same room with marketing and sales, and think about attending each other's weekly meetings. Like I see a marketing person should always be in the sales meeting to understand, how they're doing with the leads you're providing them, and also making sales accountable for the leads that marketing is providing. And also there's a huge insight that sales can bring into the desired customer person, for example. So the alignment is really needed. I would also see that through transparency and like open culture, you can easily align marketing and sales together. And this data and data visualization is one part of it, that everyone has an easy access to the data, and everyone can see who's doing well and who should be doing a little bit more and like that. And I would also say it comes from the culture that respect each other's work and try to understand it and share like the wins and the losses for the whole team. And also I would say the third thing that helps you align marketing and sales are these digital tools that glue marketing and sales together. And I would say Leadfeeder is one of those tools. There are plenty of other tools available as well to glue marketing and sales together, like easy the data flow between marketing and sales. It's really important also for the sales person to see what the lead has done in the website. And this is all data that can be, Leadfeeder is collecting that kind of data from the organization, and it's really easy to call the client when you know something about them, beforehand. But I would say just choose the right digital tools for you. So don't take everything. There are I guess million marketing and sales tools available today. So you really have to choose the ones that matter the most for you. Yeah, but there was some ideas about marketing and sales alignment. I know it's hard work, and when you get it fixed, please start acting based on the data you're following on everyday and weekly basis. Easily said than done, and really, really hard work, but when you really take it on your table and keep it in your mind, I know you will succeed.
And from my part of the business, of course, I have to say, includes customer success in this story as well.
Yeah.
Help make sure that there's a constant loop of ensuring that the right clients come in the first place.
Yeah. I sometimes have it as part of the sales, because it's also to keep the customers happy and like that. But yeah, all the customer-facing people should be included here.
Absolutely.
We promised in the end to give you 3 steps to get started with. So first, I would recommend for you to define your KPIs. And we did a nice template, a canvas you can use to define your KPIs. And you can download it from our website, sofokus.com/KPI. And after you have set and defined your KPIs, install the analytics to your website if you don't have them yet, and migrate all the important data sources to your Google Data Studio. And after that, you can start making better data-driven decisions. And we can help you there with Herkko, so feel free to book a free consultation with us, and we can help you by defining your KPIs and help you get started.
Excellent. And there's actually a question on what data would you want to have to start. Frederick is asking, which data do you think salespeople appreciate the most, except for qualified leads, of course?
Well, what I've learned, salespeople want to know also from marketing the activities they do and the results they are getting. And I guess the number of qualified leads is number 1, but most important is to know when you close cases, how many of those cases and what amount of money has marketing contributed in. I think that's quite important also. If the question was from marketing perspective.
And I would also add it, what was the value of the various efforts that were done? So not just necessarily the marketing, but did, for example, the sales activities bring more traffic to the site? Did it help in the conversion, things like that? Because I mean, it is that closed loop, as in can. So let's just take a very simple example. Through the website visits, Leadfeeder identifies organizations, marketing, filters, qualifies, and all that, brings it forward to the sales team. They end up with a list of, let's say, 10 companies where they go wow, these guys, we're almost there in closing them. How can you help us? So, for example, with that 10, you can go back to your marketing team, hey, can you put some targeted communications out to these guys? So, for example, and we're talking very simple ABM here, actually. Bring some conversion-oriented sponsored post to LinkedIn, targeted on those 10 companies. Help them get over that hump. So, in that sense, how can you help each other? And what will a salesperson appreciate? Anything that helps him or her close the deal, right? That's basically what it is.
Yeah. And when you open up the activities through data, it's easier to also get great ideas from sales. They have really good ideas what could be also done there. And I guess in our in Sofokus, salespeople are the most important people to share the message. LinkedIn today and places like that. We have to really be on the same side what we're doing on weekly basis.
Exactly. Excellent. I see some more people typing. Let's see if there's anything else coming in.
Yeah, someone says appreciates to know the activities of their current leads and customers. I think that's also really cool, because usually, I don't know, but at least with our side, sometimes the sales cycles can be quite long. So it's really good information to know when you are when you should be calling back, when they are when your thing is on their table again.
Exactly, and that's also stuff. If you integrate your CRM with Leadfeeder, that's stuff you can have automatically on the salesperson's desk.
Yeah.
The problems and the pain to the leads, spot on. So salespeople can address those head on. I think that's what it is, right? I mean, if you understand how to solve a problem, then you can make a sale. It's not about selling for the sake of selling, but if you understand their problem, that's those are good insights, and that's also where it helps. So where can marketing help with that? Make a clearly structured website, so that if once you get the lead feeder insight, as in, hey, this particular organization has been looking at certain pages, then you know, okay, well, this particular page was created to discuss a certain problem. If they spent a long time or they kept coming back to that one, that means most likely that that's the problem and pain that they're trying to solve. So again, closing that loop and helping each other out.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess like all the information, like what actions are done in your website is like super, super important sales information, because like if you're doing a kind of cold call, or you haven't talked with the customer earlier, the quicker you can get into the right conversation, the better. At least if somebody calls me and talks about whatever, but if they know that I've been researching something, then we have the conversation already going on, because I will get the idea that they are here to help me.
Exactly. Any other questions or comments before we let you go for today?
Yeah, somebody pointed out the competitors on your website. I think that's always like, I just find it really like good when the competitors are on our website. We are doing our things really well. Like you should be tracking the competitors on your website, and the more the merrier.
Absolutely. And would it be possible one day to get it directly to the actual person who's visiting your website? No. Not if any data privacy laws are doing any good. So no, absolutely not. I mean, let's put it like that. You can get very close, but that's about connecting things, connecting different data sources to navigate, again, thinking about buyer profile, thinking about ideal customer profile. And what Lieke is saying, LinkedIn Sales Navigator is a blessing, and that's absolutely true, because you can much better connect with the right profiles. And I'm not saying even the right people, because it's about, who are you talking to? Are you talking to an HR manager normally? Okay, well then, let's start talking with those. And that's where Sales Navigator absolutely helps. But on a very direct way, as in, can I see who does that? I think only the NSA can see that, probably, and that's only partly joking. No, but Google Analytics doesn't provide that data. Google Analytics is very clear, as in there's no personal identifiable information allowed to be tracked through Google Analytics. So it's very simple.
Yeah, but this is also like what I would say, if you have you have all kind of forms on your page, and you can see if somebody registers for a webinar or downloads something. So if you have your marketing and sales aligned, you will fast find out who it is that was on your website doing that all the other stuff as well. Or like we use Leadfeeder, we can see this organization has registered for the webinar, and from there we can see who it was, basically.
All right. Any last comments or anything?
Yeah. Something about Sales Navigator, Leadfeeder. Peter, do you have any answers there?
Well, the Google Data Studio has many templates, and there are also these community templates that other people and companies have made. I think you just have to Google for the right one for you or your company. But there are many that you can start from and maybe build upon.
Yeah, and use our free consultation if you want to talk more. So we also offer services with that. Okay, I guess Peter has lost his connection. Is there any more questions?
I don't know. Something happened. Hi.
Yeah. Now you're back. Great.
By the way, it's one of those things. I just wanted to add here to Keith's question. In the email that comes after this webinar, there's a link to one of our blog posts here from Leadfeeder that also shares some templates. So you should be good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Then thank you, Herkko. Thank you, Lotta.
Thank you,
everyone.
Yeah.
Wonderful to see you all. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you, I'm sure, at the next webinar, one way or another. Take care.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks.
Bye.